Hey everyone, so at the start of the year, the PokeTuber Bird Keeper Toby created the 2020 Pokemon tag and encouraged everyone to get involved, answering a bunch of questions related to Pokemon and their YouTube channel. Since then, fellow Versus maker The Average Joe did a video detailing his answers and tagged me to do the same, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Now then, on to the questions. Question 1. Why did you choose your YouTube name? Well, Rico means rich in English, and Rich is short for Richard, which is my actual name. The rest of the name comes from a nickname that I was randomly given by a friend during my teenage years. A few people already called me Rico by nickname, and then my friend at the time randomly came up with Rico Chico Maliko, and it has stuck ever since. In case you don't know the full translation of Rico Chico Maliko, well, here you go. The rich, malicious chicken. Now, Maliko isn't an actual word, but given how Rico and Chico do translate from other languages, I felt that this made the most sense. Question 2. What is your favourite Pokemon game? This would most likely be a toss-up between Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Fire Red, and Pokemon Ultra Sun. Emerald and Fire Red are the games I've played the most, and Pokemon Sapphire was actually the first Pokemon game that I owned for myself, and Emerald is just a superior version, just as Fire Red is an enhanced version of the classic Gen 1 games. As for Ultra Sun, I never owned or played the original Sun and Moon, so I simply started Gen 7 with what you would consider the complete version of the Gen 7 games, and it was a blast to play through, from the story to the cutscenes and all the activities you could participate in. Not to mention, this was the first time I actually felt like I had a bond with my team. If you were to twist my arm and force me to pick one out of the three, I'd probably go with Fire Red. No, I'm not a Gen 1er, but the original anime is the one I watched the most of. And the Gen 1 remakes give both a great feeling of nostalgia and I love their simplicity. Question 3. What is your favourite evil team? This ties into my love of the simplicity of Gen 1. I can appreciate complex and narrative story arcs, but I am a man of simple tastes, and I have a soft spot for the basics, hence why I love Darth Maul so much in The Phantom Menace. As such, Team Rocket makes the cut as my favourite evil team. They are essentially the Pokemon Mafia. They steal Pokemon and strive for power and wealth. I also think that Giovanni is the coolest evil team leader in the games. Plus, I think he has the coolest story arc, from his fights with Red to the revelation that he is Kanto's strongest gym leader, to him taking a more honourable role after Red finally defeats him. Also, he's responsible for the creation of Mewtwo, my personal favourite legendary, and that's just badass. Question 4. What should your viewers expect from you this year? Well, as I said in my channel update earlier this year, I'm putting out a lot more Star Wars related content, as that's my channel's main point of focus. And I'm aiming to be a lot more active on the channel, with my main goal being to upload a video every other Saturday, with some possible exceptions during special occasions like my channel anniversary and Halloween and so on. Question 5. Why did you start your channel? Over the past few years I've practically stopped watching TV, and instead YouTube became my TV. I stumbled across some Versus videos by several members of the then known Force cast. If I recall correctly, the first one I ever saw was Antoine Bandelay's Pre-Suit Vader versus Suited Vader, though I could be wrong. I thought that it looked fun, but didn't have a clue on how to start doing this myself. Whilst going through a bout of depression, my therapist asked what my interests were, and when I mentioned YouTube and video making, he suggested giving it a shot, and what do you know, it worked. Since then, I gained a following of viewers made up of awesome people, and I've made several remarkable friends along the way. I've never regretted starting this channel, and I doubt I ever will. Question 6. Name a channel with similar or less subscribers that you think your audience would enjoy. This is easy. Joe's channel is the obvious one. He is mostly Star Wars focused like myself, and he's pumped out some cool Versus videos, and has also branched out into other topics as well. His channel is growing, and I feel that we can help him grow even more. 2 more examples would be AI Central and Dream Battles. These guys are both awesome friends of mine and have made some spectacular Versus content, so they definitely deserve some recognition. Links to all of these channels will of course be in the description. And finally, number 7, tag 3 people. The first person that came to my mind when Joe mentioned this was my good friend the Crossover Guy, as he is looking to start a Versus channel of his own in the future. However, Joe, the cheeky bugger, beat me to it and tagged him, so I've got to think of someone else. This is tricky, as most of the channels I can think of don't have a massive interest in Pokémon, as far as I'm aware, but I've got to tag some people, so here goes. I think I'd like to tag Dream Battles, Sci-Fi Soup, and AI Central. These guys are all buddies of mine, and while they don't have the biggest interest in Pokémon, I think that they have at least some small familiarity with it. Plus, I'd like to hear their answers, especially the ones related to their channels. And that's it. Those are my answers to the Pokémon 2020 tag. What are yours? Special thanks to the Average Joe for tagging me, as this was a fun little survey to answer. Links to all the recommended channels are in the description. If you enjoyed, be sure to throw a Pokeball at that like button. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up to date with the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheerio!